Understand? Yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah.
See? Doing a podcast, see? Oh, shit, I gotta...
Check. Doing a podcast.
See? Yeah, Czechoslovakian. Check. Czech Republic.
Say, Al.
Yeah, man.
Oh, God, I needed that.
We don't need that.
I just left band practice and I made a whole pot of coffee and like we never even touched it. We just ran too late.
Caffeine is an addiction, Ian.
Yeah, one of them.
Today we're going to talk about being addicted to coffee. Coffee gets me fully erect. I just needed to change a thing.
Are you drinking coffee right now?
No,
remember your time drinking coffee with you?
I just got out of the sauna, dude.
Yeah, you did say that.
I was drenched. Dude, I'm just drenched, dude. I got out of there. It was like 145 degrees
Where's
for 20
the sauna?
minutes. It's in there. I'll show you.
Oh, you have a sauna here?
Yeah. You could check it out. What? Why does this keep going up? We don't need you. It's just the Bluetooth is connected. That was good. I mean, that's a good intro right there. I talked about coffee, addiction, erection, and sauna. And I think those are all pretty good things. So,
right. See you guys next week.
Yeah. And with that being said, welcome to Ben Knows Nothing. I am your host, Ben, and I know nothing. And this is Ian Matthew, the very handsome, the very velvety, the very talented.
I probably know slightly a little less than Ben.
With what?
Just
life?
Yeah,
just life.
You know nothing. I probably know just a little less than nothing.
Dude, I think I'm just like so stupid all the time. I really do. And then like you meet people and you're like,
yeah, right. You log on to Facebook and you're like, oh.
Okay. I'm going to keep this.
Don't care.
Why?
Because I got a subscription. I got the bag coming in 2 days.
I have other bags at home. I don't know if he knows about that.
I got other bags too, dude.
Dude, promo code. You can go to GraziellaCoffee.com and use the promo code BNN for 20% off your first order.
Yeah. So my tip is on that first order, if you know you're getting 20%, just load it up.
Yeah, just get them all.
Get all the roast or get a couple, try them. I guarantee you're going to like them. But use the promo code BNN. You get 20% off that first purchase. GraziellaCoffee.com.
Cheers, brother.
If you're looking for him on social media, what is it? Graziella Coffee Company. Bang.
Yeah.
You were there.
It is weird. Like, well, there's so many like.
Makes you feel a little better about yourself.
It does a little bit. Oh, Facebook is like the Walmart. Is like Walmart. Yeah, and that's why Instagram's more like Target. Instagram's more like Target. Facebook's more like Walmart because you get some weird people. You get some strange people. You just see like posts where people are like, for instance, they're like lizard, people found or like weird shit. Like you just see weird articles.
Like the Inquirer type posts.
People are they believe such silly shit.
I'm talking about the people that like really, really waste the time. Like you can see the time on comments.
Yeah.
And you'll see that the first comment started at this. And then somebody replied at this time 7 minutes later. And then when you finish that argument that they're having, it's like 2 hours later, 3 hours later. It's like, so you just spent how much time arguing on the internet? And I'm not going to lie, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get why people want to do it. I just feel bad that they don't have that voice in their head that's like, hey, don't.
Yeah.
Because the cool thing about social media is if you don't comment, they don't know that you saw it. So you're like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm glad.
Like you don't have to make that comment. When you make that comment is when you put yourself in the hey, I saw it. But if you just didn't say anything, you can just go about your day and just be like, ooh.
I think though, like people don't talk enough like amongst themselves in real life. Like right now, it's like this is hard, man. Like people don't communicate like person to person anymore, like the way that like if you have a problem with somebody, like people really don't say anything or they overreact and freak out there's no middle ground anymore. There's no middle like, hey man, why'd you say that? You know, and like, there's no questions. Either somebody are freaking out or they just don't talk and then just go off and then rant about it online. And you're like, yo, why don't you just go talk to the dude? It's so stupid.
Well, because I think it's getting, so like for our generation, we noticed, we figured out how comfortable it was to talk behind a screen. We didn't always know it, but we learned it.
Yeah.
I was pretty much, you less than me, I was pretty much thrown into it where as far back as I can remember, I was texting.
Yeah.
So like even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember when texting started.
I remember when like I remember when you had like 250 a month, or you had to call me by 9, after 9, you know?
Yeah.
But now the majority of people have a device that we communicate on. Me and you, obviously because we have the podcast, but me and you have the type of friendship where we don't see each other as much. We text minimally. We text very like, you know, matter of factly but when we're in person, we find ourselves going on tangents for. I'll be like, hey man, I'm leaving, and then like 15 minutes later, we're still shooting the shit. So,
but that's friendship.
But that's what I mean.
That's like legitimate friendship.
But we're used to like finding friendship by having a human interaction. A lot of people now are finding friends via this screen interaction. Yeah. So now it's like you don't like there's so many people that it's funny because you'll notice them in public, but you'll be like cool with them on social media. You guys laugh at each other's posts. You fucking, you know, go back and forth. Probably even have like send something funny or whatever. And it's like, it could be male or female. It could be whoever. Yeah. But then when you see them, it's like, oh, this is awkward.
Yeah, but
now that's on. Now we're behind this. Now we don't have the screen.
That's them, man. Like, you know? That's like, I've had that situation happen when I like.
Well, I think it goes to show you that people can be even the.
It's so strange.
The comfortability of like, oh, I can be, you know, up front here. Maybe just a little more outgoing. Like, you know, I know so many people where they're very, very shy people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and very secluded people, but they have like a ton of followers on social media, and they're very like forthgoing on social media. But in real life, I'm like, oh, it's
no,
like,
they're not, and they're also not like.
So I think
you're going to be nice about this.
What?
People aren't that interesting. Like, there's a lot of people who aren't that interesting.
No.
But they do a lot on social media. I've met. Like, I remember I went out I met a girl that I met on social media. Like, I met her, and it was like flirty, hot, thoughtful gestures being sent through, that type of stuff, right? Yeah. But right after, immediately, like when I met her, it was just like dead air. No laughing, no, and I'm like, this sucks. You talked a big game. And now here I am, and I'm being myself, and you're not. And then I've also met people where they're exactly who they like, you know, silly goose times, joking around all the time. Like, I got the pleasure of meeting somebody, a client that I have now, and it's like silly dude, man, silly goose, and like super fun, and like, you know, laughing all the time. And it's just a good time, like when you can do that. But when, like, I see so many people, it's like, imagine if you could be the person that you really wanted to be on social media, not just like taking shit for clout, like taking pictures for dumb shit. Like, I hate that. And you know what? I'm in like a super rare mood today. So it's like the flexing drives me fucking crazy. Because I seen this dude, man, and he's flexing recently, so I gotta be careful because never mind. Anyway, so I seen this dude. He's flexing hard. He like took pictures of like him in, you know, Florida or some shit, you know, and all this other stuff, and like standing next to people's Lamborghinis and shit. And I'm just like, I literally saw you, bro. Like, roll in here, you know, with, you know, and there's no disrespect to Hyundai Elantra or whatever the hell you're driving or whatever, but like, your flex is way harder than so it's like, so let's just create this world, and it's like, and it drives me nuts.
There was always that fake it till you make it thing, right? Where like, I don't think that's the way. Because for me, I was always so scared of being called out, like getting Lil Bow Wow, where he was, you know, where he was on that. You know,
that was rough. See, we're dating ourselves now. Yeah, go on.
No, I mean that was recent. That was more recent. It was like a couple years ago.
He's always getting called out.
No, yeah, but recently with the jet, I was talking about where he posted the picture and it wasn't really,
okay,
like,
that's right.
It wasn't in really his jet.
It's not his real jet.
He wasn't in jet. It was something like that. But he was faking it. Yeah. For forever, as a society, we've been going even before, like way back in the day. When you go out, you put on your best. When you go out, when you present yourself how you. And in the same way, where they would go out and they would, they would be. Hello, sir. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. And then when they get home, they're fucking slapping their wife, and it's like
yeah. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like where it's like where they go out and
they're acting like something that they're not.
You perceive yourself, but and I understand that when you go out, you want to put your best foot forward, and that's fine. And I think social media adapted into that, where people were like, okay, I'm only going to post the pictures where I look good, which is fine.
Yeah,
of course, you know what I mean? Of course.
Yeah,
and. Then it turned into like the flexing and in the
it's so bad.
Look at which I don't know. There's people that do it because that's their lifestyle and it's real.
Yeah,
and
we want to mimic that. People want to mimic that
exactly, and they have massive followings, so it reaches to people that are not in the same financial tier.
But I think that's also the poor.
And then they say, I want to be like that, and if I can be like that, then I've known people that save up money for damn near a year and a half just to buy a Gucci belt. It's like, what? Come on,
makes
dude!
Me
like
sick, bro.
I can't. And the thing about it is like, it took you a year and a half to save for that. You clearly don't make a lot of money, so it's like, but you were doing it, and then you can't back it up. Like you didn't drive here in a fucking nice car, but you had a fucking Gucci belt. Like what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oh, this kid. Okay, so this is the other kid that he was with, and it was really funny. So he parked next to me.
I'm so comfy on this podcast.
It's nice, right? Yeah, you look good. You look good. You look well. Yeah, you look well rested.
Thank you.
So he parked next to me.
Exhausted.
Yeah, I'm so tired. He parked next to me, and he has a BMW, but it was like it was an older one. And I'm not being snobby. It's a nice car. She said something. We were talking. And he was just like, being that guy. Because he was with the Elantra guy, and he's just like flexing. I'm like, bro, like
you didn't want people to know who you're talking about. You're describing them very well.
Yeah. Now. Well, I interchanged a couple of things, so you can't do. I'm good.
He really drives a sim.
Yeah. No, I was just like, he was like saying something, and he said something. He's like, yeah, your cars are pretty pricey too. I'm like, bro, my car is literally double the cost of your car, like double. And he was like, what? No. And I go,
he went by the name.
So I'm like, yo, just grab, let's get a screenshot of how much your car costs. Like this. Because he was irritating the shit out of me. And so then I saw, I'm like, and he was like, your car costs that much? I'm like, yeah. I go, let me see how much your car. He showed me. I'm like, exactly, dickhead. Shut up.
It's an older car. Isn't your car like?
Mine's a newer one. Yeah. It's 2018. Yeah. But it's like, but still, it drives me. It just drove me nuts because he was flexing too hard, and it's just like some people you just gotta check. He was annoying the shit out of me, and maybe it was my mood that day, but it still shut him the fuck up because I was sitting there. I'm like, bro, knock it off, stop. Because I train people who I'm around people, maybe two people that have that type of like, fuck you money, like, fuck you, where they're like. You have that car? Cool. I bought that for my niece. You know what I mean? Like, you have that car? Cool. We had a dude that came. It was a fuck you money with a hard, like 4 F's in front of fuck. Yeah.
Fuck you money.
Yeah. So this dude like rolls into 5 different type of cars, type of money. But anyway, so the flexing thing, and I'm glad we brought it up. Like the fake it till you make it. I think there's something that you could put out there, like you put it out to the universe type of thing, and that sounds maybe too spiritual, so I'll say it like this, where you put out your work ethic matches your expectation, and then you can go up like this. Instead of doing this, your work ethic and your expectation is here. Because I see that with a lot of young people. I see it with a lot of people. The Gucci belt, saving up for sick. That just makes me sad. Yeah. I remember this this girl was talking about the same thing, and she was like, "Oh man, I can't wait to get that Louis purse." And I'm like, and she worked at like Dunkin' or something, and she's like, "I want a real one." And it was like, I don't know, it was like $900. What are they, like $900 to $1,200? Whatever. And she was like, I saved for months. I was like, hey, if the Gucci purse makes you feel that good, and because I had to be sensitive,
not good.
Yeah, validated. Yeah. Then that's fine.
That's
but
what it is.
My thing is, like and this is new Ben talking for the past 3 years, maybe. Take that $1,200 and invest it. Take that $1,200 and put it down on something or something, or a house or whatever. Yeah. So then that way you can create that. And that was the poor mentality like that I had for so many years.
We're not speaking specifically about like a woman with a purse. It's just in general that whole having to save up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To have something material to validate yourself.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I guess we are kind of speaking out to people who it's like, well, hey, reassess your values. I think sometimes is really important. To what if I told you can eventually just go out and get that purse? So it's like the thing is like your expectation, your work ethic, and do these small steps to raise them both at the same time instead of keeping it like this. Because that's the poor mentality, man. That's what I was into too. I used to see kids flexing all the time. I was like, God damn, he's got this and he's got this. But I would go back to his house and he'd be like, this apartment's gross. No, so I think it's just the same thing. It's like when you see people flexing too hard, and it comes off for me, like to me, for some people, I think for like they think that I'm hating, but it's really just like, I'm observing. I'm making an observation.
That fake it till you make it.
It's not true.
I don't think it should be replaced by act like you've been there.
Yeah, it's like
for when the successes do happen, when you get to the act like you've been there.
Yeah,
that's when you can flex a little bit and act like you've been there.
I think that's a good.
But then again, I'm not. I'm such a minimalist, man. Like I need minimal things in my life to make me happy. So I always the benefit of the doubt was always there in a sense of I just never been into material things. I've never been a brand guy unless I like the brand. You know what I'm saying? Then I will support the brand.
You like what you like.
I like what I like.
But you don't follow the crowd.
I don't. Well, some crowds I'll follow. Sometimes if it's cool, I'll I genuinely like it. Then I'm with the crowd. Then I'm with the crowd. But you know what I mean. But yeah, so like I like what I like. Yeah.
But I think like that's. I
don't look for validation in anything other than like what I expect out of myself.
Yeah, what you like and what you like.
We were just having a conversation where I was like, I'm not feeling that validation from myself. Like from that's and so we have to make changes on yourself. It's like you can't. Because I've always noticed I'm an impulse guy. I do impulse buys. I do impulse decisions. I do impulse shit all the time. I'm very like when I like to do it like that. And I would just go so hard on something and not think it through. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. I would get the product or whatever it was. Like I would go so hard on getting this material thing because I thought it would, and all of a sudden I'd get it, and it might not even be material. It might even be
just something.
Just something.
Yeah.
And you get it, and you realize that like it wasn't worth it because you weren't willing to do what you needed to do with it to make it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would put I don't know, like the whole if I buy this, then I can go and I can flex, then I'm validated, then I'm but at the end of the day, it's like you still put that on, you flex, you get your likes, but if you're not doing anything for yourself for real, it's really building, then you just have a dope picture.
Yeah, I think we see a lot of empty.
Or if you turn to the guy where that's your only like article of clothing or your only thing, and now all the time you have that, it's like, all right, man, give up the belt, give up the
I think it's just a lot of empty houses. Like people build a good, you want to build a good foundation, you want to build a good house, and what it is essentially like it's like building a house and then you walking in and there's like nothing in it, it's hollow.
Well,
so you get a lot. I
see what you're saying.
Just as a personality type, and I do see a lot of that with when I will like talk to people and they give up situations, conversations, family, friends, that type of stuff. And I did this. You got to remember, I did this. I was 30. I was 23, 24. And I was on track to make $100,000 a year. Like I was like making, like I think I made $88,000 that year. You know what I mean?
And then he blew it all on cocaine, ladies and gentlemen.
I blew it all on strippers, but strictly Filipino. No, I'm kidding.
100 grand?
No. I wouldn't do that. I wasn't that type of. guy. However, what I was doing was it was just wasting money. I just was like, I was going out to bars, I was seeing, taking chicks out, buying cars, buying bikes. I bought like everything, and I was helping people out. That was my one thing that I do, that I don't regret, but I helped so many people out with money, and I definitely should not have. Like, I mean, I'm not talking like you give, it was like a lot. Yeah. And so I shouldn't have done that. I should have tried not to be liked so much, and I should have kept more of it. However, like I said, I mean, that's why I got into the passion.
Were you giving the money away because you genuinely cared, though? Like
some of them, not all of them.
You are the type of, I know you're the type of person that when you do a favor for somebody, you do it because you're like me.
Yes.
You do it because
nothing back. I respect.
You expect nothing back, but it's because, and it's not selfish, but you pride yourself in being somebody that if I call you,
you're there.
You're there.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. Like, I show up to any of, if I support somebody, like in my field, it's a lot of musicians, right? And
yeah.
like, if I support your brand or your musician, and I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
You could ask Soul Food Sundays.
Yeah.
You could ask Sholey. You could ask Bree. Like, I really pull up because I really genuinely fuck with these people. And now I have a genuine relationship with a lot of these people because I made I made the effort to support. But it was back to, I like what I like.
Yeah.
And I showed it,
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying, like, with where you're at, like, and I was doing, you go back and forth, you're on track to doing something, you're doing that, and then I think that people take advantage of that, and so I kind of knew that too, and still kind of went along with it anyway. So yeah, some of it was being genuine, but some of it was,
because I can see, like, I see you as the type, you genuinely
normally I would
doing that for somebody.
Yeah,
because if you invested in somebody and like one of your friends, and then they were successful, you would genuinely be happy.
Yeah, there was, and this even happened recently. I've invested poorly in a couple people too.
Poorly in a sense of, like, they gave everything and it didn't work out, or like you
poorly that they took advantage of the situation again. And so all I said, I just said, what did I? Because I saw him recently, and his face, and I was like, oh man, you could tell that you think you fucked up, and I know that you did, but so I just went. So I go, hey man, we're good, don't worry, like, and I know, so but you're good, don't worry about it. And he was just like, oh, thanks man. I'm like,
that was good,
and I know, And I was like, and I didn't say anything. I haven't spoken ill about him. I won't even talk to you about it after. I mean, I probably will, but no, I won't. I won't say anything because it was just a bad investment, bad business deal. Not business, but bad investment. Like, you didn't pay, you didn't come through on your part, and I gave you a lot, and you literally just ran with it. So like I said, now it's just, you just got to be more careful who you sink your time, your effort, and your money into. And you know what? I think that's hard for people to do nowadays because there's such a talk. Like, we have this talk like everybody's okay the way that they are, and we start saying just stupid shit like that. It's like, no, you're not okay the way you are. You can improve every day. Anybody can improve every day. You can change some aspects of your life that you don't like every day, and it goes through for everyone. That's the only thing you can do. But don't sit there, and I think it's damaging to tell people, hey man, you're good the way you are. No, you're not. You can change.
No, man, you suck.
No, because that's where people go, because they think that's it.
It's just like,
you have it.
Oh.
Yeah, you have it. Yeah.
I'm about to fuck this up.
Yeah. Caffeine addiction. No, I had like 2 cups of, like, giant cups of coffee today. Anything crazy, but it's enough to piss you off when you see somebody.
No, I mean,
and I hate it.
But it's not the fucking money. It's the principle.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit of the money. It's a lot of money like that.
No, absolutely,
but
it's the money.
I'm
on
big
top
on
of the principle.
I'm big on,
because you're all right financially. Like, you're not. He didn't.
I'm doing better.
But he didn't. It's not like you're starved. You're able to survive for yourself, so you can take that hit. But it's the principle. I feel like the money hurt. Maybe I'm bugging.
It's a little bit of both, because here's the thing. Just because in this thing, like, I'm not there yet. Like what I do is I have a very, I keep my expenses low. So you just make sure you're making money and then also keep your expenses low. The car that I bought was just like a anticipatory to my life, like having a family, kids, that type of stuff. And I was like, I'm eventually going to need a big ass, nice SUV. So that's what I did. But with, my wife's going to smile because I said like have kids and stuff. It's going to be hilarious. But it's also like with that, it's like keep your expenses low, do those types of things, like eventually. But making bad business decisions or making bad decisions and investing in somebody sometimes, like with time and money, to them, that's what they think. And that's a poor mentality to think, oh, you have money, therefore it doesn't matter. And that could not be further from the truth, because that makes your work ethic poor when you start thinking that way.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying that for you.
No, I mean for him.
Okay.
Or for them.
I didn't know if you took what I said like that.
No. Okay. So for them, that's what they think. It's kind of like when somebody says, "Well, I took something from Target. They have plenty of money. I just took it." It's still wrong. You still shouldn't have taken it. Somebody's going to get in trouble for that. Some employee's going to get fired for that, and just because they didn't catch it or something like that, which that's a inadequacy on themselves. Get your shit together. But you know what I'm saying. It's like I get it.
I mean, you can legally steal up to like what was it? Anything under like it's like there's a price where like if it's under.
Shut up, Ian.
Bro, I swear to God,
no,
they can't stop you.
For what?
In those like major department stores, their little security, like they're not allowed. Like if they're like, they can go, hey, come back, and if you're like, fuck you, I'm out. Like they're not allowed to go and grab you. Like one, for their safety, because you might just be like, hey, fuck you.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God. I know somebody who was they worked at Target.
Is this like the Olive Garden thing? Is this a wiener out?
Listen,
get the wiener
dick
out
Tuesdays.
Yeah.
But no, I swear to God, it's like one, it's a safety thing for the people, because like don't go chasing this guy and then find out that he has a knife and he stabs you over like $150 item.
Oh, okay. So like it's like in the store.
Yeah, like in the store, like they can't chase you. Like they can
They're
call
like,
the cops.
hey man, don't be a hero.
They can call
just
the
let him
cops.
go.
Yeah, don't be a hero.
Okay,
Let that motherfucker go. But if you take that into the
I thought you meant like there's some like legislative thing passed with law. Like, hey, if you take it.
Oh no.
It's more like a Target law.
No, there's something about there's something.
Yeah,
like that. That's a law. That's like
got it.
You maybe like about how they get arrested for, or what the crime actually is. When you do it. But
I'm gonna start walking out of Targets with shit now, man.
Bro, like the thing about it is like I think they'll call the cops on you.
Yeah,
which then you.
Well, then you get prosecuted.
The whole fucking
cameras
that get your license plate. You're getting it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say don't fucking let them run.
I just got a new TV. I could have just walked right out with it.
Dude, I remember. Edit this name out.
Can we blank it out?
Yeah.
All right,
let's just blank it out.
We'll just blank it out. Yeah, we'll blank it out. Yeah.
Remember?
I have many stories.
Walked into a Petco. The one you know the Petco by Walmart. Walked into Petco with a fucking. He just walked in with a cart. It was like a fish tank. He put all this whole shit. Walked right the fuck out.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Kept it moving. And then one time he walked in. It was a Walmart or it was something. He walked out with like a TV, bro. I swear to God, and just booked it. Just started booking it. I don't know how the fuck he got out, but I remember him coming. And then one time we was when Taco Bell was still downtown. You remember the fucking when they used to have like for the kids meals to have like the toy display.
Yeah,
bro. You know Kenny G?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to block his name out too.
Yeah, I'm blocking this. Maybe not. Maybe not Kenny. Kenny fucking probably loves this story. He stole the whole fucking thing just to do it. He stole the whole. Somehow he made it out with the whole, and he had like in the parking lot. He had the fucking toy. Like stole the picture of the fucking burger off the wall out of BK, bros. I mean, they were so reckless back in the day.
I was reckless.
I don't know how we got on this subject, but
I was reckless with all of them. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I could tell you stories. I can't tell them on here, but I could tell you stories. I
got some good Kenny G stories.
I got a really good Kenny G stories. I got good Kenny G and stories. I got really good stories, like good and really bad. You know, he like went to jail for like a long time.
I don't know. We're gonna have to bleep this out though. Make sure we go through and edit this.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
That's funny. No, I don't know. I don't know what really either of them are doing.
I know Kenny G's doing. I see him. I've seen him. I've seen him on Facebook.
Yeah, I see him.
I love that guy. He's so funny.
Yeah,
God, he's funny.
Man.
I can't even say it. We're gonna have to block off pretty much this whole fucking thing. Yeah, he's a good dude. I thought I told you this story. So it's not a bad story. So I was driving at the time, and I was with this other girl, and we're driving. It's like snowing out and shit, and dude, her car gets pelted with like rocks and snowballs and shit, like snowballs, rocks. It's like pop, 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 pop on her car, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? And then I see as we're going by, just these kids duck down up on the top of the thing, on the top of the porch. So I'm like, yo, turn around. I was like, you just got pelted. Like, that's like rocks and shit. Like, they like ding the hood and shit. So she's now pissed. I'm pissed. So I go up to the house. I'm like, you little mother, you know what I mean? Like, what the you guys doing? You know, like freaking out on him. I was like, come down here. I'm gonna call the cops. You guys just put dents in the car. What the fuck's wrong with you? You know, the whole nine, right? These kids are laughing. I can hear them giggling up there. So then, like, one of them throws like a snowball, like at me. He throws this snowball at me. So now I'm pissed, bro. I started flipping out. I'm like, I kicked the door. I start throwing stuff back at him. Out of nowhere. I'll say what he really said afterwards. But he goes, all I hear is, my main man Duborg. Yo, my man Duborg. Like this. He just was my last name. So he just runs up. Kenny picks up a branch and throws it up on the at the kids. Then he's finding rocks. He's throwing everything. He ripped the door. He's like, say no more. He's like, I got you, fam. He didn't even know what was going on. He just saw me.
Where were you again?
Throwing stuff. It was just on the main street. So he just saw me throwing stuff and flip, and just so happened to be walking by, and then starts just going in without me even asking him. No, nothing. So he has my back, ride or die. So he does this. Dude, those kids are terrified. Those kids are absolutely terrified. He's throwing everything. I can hear things breaking. He's like, say no more. And then so afterwards, he's like, I got you, fam. He's like, we gotta get out of here though. So I'm like, get in the car. So we bring him, we take him away. He was just walking. And the dude, I didn't see him approach. I didn't hear him approach. He just appeared. And I remember, so I asked my girl at the time, like, where was he? And she goes, he ran. She goes, I saw him run from the edge of where McDonald's was across the street to see what was going on. And then when he noticed it was you, he just started going, he sprinted and started going ham. And I told him that story. And he goes, yeah, I think I remember that. And he goes, I don't really know though, because I was, son, I was fucked up. John, I was fucked up. I don't know. And he goes, I don't know what happened. And I'm like, all right, dude. But yeah, dude, that kid is the shit. And he just came out of nowhere. He just did it. You know what? We should keep that name in. We should do that because that's a great story. That's a great story about Kenny. Because that's ride or die stuff. That dude's great. He's always been good to me.
All right, we'll get and that's my guy.
Yeah, he's always been good to me.
I got a song with Kenny.
Yeah. I love Kenny's great. Yeah, man, I guess this is goodbye. Here comes goodbye. Dude, you should redo that song. That's a good song. Rascal Flatts. Dude, you know how many chicks cry to that song? When I went, I never went into the concert. I could drop the name. I don't give a shit. Brooke really threw up everywhere, and I was not able to go into the concert. She threw up because this is an open story. I don't care. She threw up everywhere because she chugged. I bet if I gave you 1,000,000 guesses, you would not be able to guess what she chugged.
Jägermeister.
Keep going. I'll keep going. I will let you know when you're right. Just go.
Rum. Am I guessing a specific kind or just like
just anything? Just anything.
Beer. Wine. An entire bottle of wine. No? A whole box of wine? Oh,
dude,
wow.
She took the bag out.
Yeah,
the bag out. Squeezed the bag, chugged it on the way to the line where she was already twisted. Bro. And this is a long time ago. I met one of my crushes my high school crushes that was vibing on me that night. I'm married now, but still, she vibing on me. I'm with her. Same thing, you know. This concert could have been a life-changing experience to me. And she starts puking in line, and she can't get her shit together. Wobbly. Then.
Were you guys of age?
Yeah. Then she starts making dinosaur noises. Yes. She got drunk. We had to bring her back. We never made it into the concert. She couldn't get it together. And then started doing this verbatim out of a Jeep window. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen, I've ever been a part of. I've never seen anybody just take all the way down. We still joke around about it all the time because it's like, dude, you lost it quick. Yeah. And we never made it into Rascal Flatts. I'm still upset about it. Sorry.
It's probably a good show.
Right? Dude, they have so many good songs. I mean, it's just a good time, you know? Concerts are fun.
I enjoy live music. I think the Xfinity is cool because, like, if you really like the band, then pay for the close seats. But if you're just like, go hang out and have a party in the lawn.
That's what we wanted to do, but, you know, she wouldn't let that happen.
Well, we had a buddy that did that, too. I forgot what it was like Kenny Chesney or something, but he didn't make it.
Yeah, it's rough.
I wasn't there, but I heard the story got passed down. Right?
It's rough. I remember one other time, I woke up with, like, gravel, like, rocks, because I fell after the concert. So I made it to the concert, but then afterwards, I guess I fell in the parking lot, and then I woke up. When I woke up, they must have, like, not cleaned me off or anything, because I kind of, like, woke up, like, half in the living room, half on a chair, half on this, and I had rocks, like, stuck in my arm, and they were like, dude, we had to drag you. You are heavy. Like, you're like a dead raccoon. Like, you're just heavy. You eat a lot or something. You're just chunky. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, eat a lot or something. So then I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like picking gravel out of my elbows. But anyway, I'm going to go home and pick gravel out of my elbows right now. You know, so we are, we are out of here. We're gone. We're out.
I
love you.
Love you.
L for love.